Hello, welcome to my healing room. Have a look at these beautiful universal energy oracle cards. They've been created by intuitive artist and psychic medium Frances Whitman, and she lives in Cheltenham in Gloucestershire. And I emailed Frances to see if she would create my soul energy portrait. She doesn't usually do this on camera at all, but she was guided by spirit to meet up with me on Friday the 13th to do this. We hadn't met before. She knew nothing about me. We hadn't even spoken on the phone. So what comes through in this film is totally guided by my guides, her guides, spirit, coming through as a channel. I had to be very vulnerable. There is mention of miscarriage in this, just to warn you. So please hold us both gently in your hearts as you watch this film. And if you do like it, please subscribe to the channel. It helps me to continue to make these films exploring spirituality and how we can help ourselves heal. And please share and like with your community. Thank you very much. Enjoy. I have to say, Frances, I am really quite nervous. Not only is it a full moon and the eclipse season starting, and I'm feeling it quite emotionally, but it's Friday the 13th, which I have to say, my son was born on Friday the 13th, so it's a good day. But yeah, I'm feeling a bit wobbly. It's quite exposing.
Yeah, don't worry, you're in completely safe hands. The energy that's supporting us whilst we're doing this is very loving and very nurturing. So let me explain a little bit about what a soul energy portrait and reading involves. The way I receive the information and the guidance for you, for your highest good, obviously, I see film reels. They show me films in my head. And then I also have words come into my mind. Again, I just speak those as it is. I don't dilute it because it could mean something to you, but not necessarily to me. The colours and the shapes that present themselves are a vibration of those words, and that's what you take home with you. And that's why it's good to have it somewhere prominent in your home until you feel you don't need it anymore. And you might find also, sometimes when you look at it, you'll think, that wasn't there before. It was, but you just maybe weren't ready to see it. So don't worry if it changes or you feel it may change. It doesn't. Your perception and where you're at in life changes. And I'm guided to choose a colour and then draw a shape with it, which is a representation of the energy, as I said. Now, anything that presents itself in the centre is all about present, now, where you are and where your energy is now. Anything on the right, as you look at the piece of paper, is from the past. Now, sometimes this can go back to past lives, it's not relevant for everybody, or it can go back to ancestral energies and behavioural patterns, all sorts of things. And anything on the left, as you look at the picture, is what you're walking towards, or what energy you're drawing towards you. Immediately I'm drawn to this beautiful, beautiful red colour. And it's quite a strong energy. This is a lot. New opportunities coming into your life. It's something you're dreaming of, getting December time, going into January, that you are be at your peak of busyness.
So red because of the energy of action.
It can be other things, it can be anger, it can be frustration. It depends how it's shown to me. So yours is very much action. It's very important to you, I'm being shown, that you create your life, that you're not told what to do, that you are in complete control of where you're going, where you're heading. Obviously with guidance from above or the unseen realms, but not to be dictated to by others. You've been there, you've done that, you don't need to go back there. So it's very important for you to set your own compass. Okay, so next I'm being drawn to blue. If they don't come out of the pack too easily, it means there's a little bit of resistance with this energy around the person. This is all about voice. This is all about voice. Okay. This is a beautiful, it's a flowing, a very loving, a very flowing energy. Very important in your life because it's taking up a huge space, very much now, but going back to childhood as well. What I'm being shown, childhood, the voice was suppressed. It wasn't allowed to blossom. But as you've come through life, and I'd say in the last 10 years, that voice has gone, I want to be heard, I need to be heard, I'm going to be heard. And a lot of cleansing and a lot of release around your throat chakra has been happening. Any blockages that were there have been dispersed and been released. And I'm also being shown this is because you've put a lot of work into that. You've done an ancestral cleansing at the same time as well. So I'm kind of getting a thank you very much.
Thank you. No, I'm very close to my grandmother line, and there has been witch wounds and sister wounds and suppression in my own personal history and in women in general.
Yeah.
So that's part of my work.
You're not only clearing for yourself, you're clearing for the collective. Your guides and my guides want you to be reminded of the important work that you have done and are ongoing. So the next energy that they want to talk about is this beautiful baby pink colour. This is all about self-love and nurturing of oneself. And interestingly, it's mirroring the pattern because it's all interlinked with loving oneself and loving different aspects of yourself. We're going back to your soul self. So that is the divine light. I'm being shown in your childhood a lot of internal conversations. Why am I here? What is my purpose? Even from a very young age, which is quite unusual because you were so aware of the soul that you couldn't understand how you could be compressed so small and not be allowed to be that light.
Because of society's conditioning, because of the labels put on you, jealousies. So you sort of protect yourself to be accepted.
Yeah.
To fit in rather than shine.
Yeah. It's almost as if you've got two faces in a nice way. One that is completely private, and there's another public face to the wider world that you present.
TV presenter, protection, image, and it's learning to go from head to heart and to be vulnerable. And doing something like this is very exposing and
Yes.
makes me feel very vulnerable, but I feel it's needed work.
Yes, yeah. And it also is an example to others that it's okay to be vulnerable, to show your vulnerability.
Yeah.
And it's bringing those into a balance with each other so that it's harmonised, so it becomes one. This is coming into play in the future, in the next few months. This is a lovely energy. This is joyfulness, upliftment, enthusiastic about life and happy. Again, we've got a similar pattern, very soft, very gentle. And interestingly, it's mixing with the blue, which is creating green, which is healing. The one thing they wanted to draw my attention to here with the healing, which is now, is not so much healing with yourself, but your healing of others. You're a voice for spirit, coming from a place of love. Now, whether you are aware of this, I don't think you are, and I think that's why it's being shown to you. Just by walking through life, just by being, singing, or just chatting to people, you're healing others. And just the fact that people somehow touch that energy, whether they're conscious of it or not, is enough to start a healing vibration in motion for them.
Thank you.
It's mixing with the red, which is producing an orange, which is all about your dreams and your aspirations. Gosh, it's happening. What I wanted to happen is actually coming true. And again, we go through a little bit more into the future. Again, you've got the pure happiness. This is voice, but voice from above. So it's channeling or it's inspirational speaking to encourage others and to guide others. 2 lines. Balance. The balance is there. It is literally speaking from the heart. So they're reassuring you that the words will arrive for the inspirational speaking. So that's coming in very strongly for your future. So I see a lot of people listening to this. It could be podcasts. There's a lot of people, and I don't know if you get that many people in a venue, so it might be online a little bit more.
Or television.
Or television, yes. High spiritual energy. This is your connection to the divine. It feels like a radar. You're kind of bringing all of these different things into one and exploring them.
It's to walk the path of honouring the divine spirit within all and within all beings.
Yes.
There's so many different tributaries and rivers leading to one sea. It's all about sacred love.
So they're just kind of showing you how it would appear as if you could see it as energy, and that I thought that the telegraph pole actually connecting them all, they do show me some interesting things. The abundance that's coming into your life is immense. And I've got another slightly different pattern forming with this one as well. It's not by chance you're creating it, but just the fact that you're joyful will bring you what you wish for. When it goes over itself, it all really wants to get your attention, and we'll just keep going until it stops. Okay. It does want to put another colour in with it. Sometimes we have a dual energy. This is absolute pure divine spiritual energy dropping in. But it's also got a little bit of the violet light, the violet ray, violet flame. This is transformational energy, huge transformational energy, but coming from the right source. So coming from, literally, source, God. This energy is surrounding you. I can feel it now. It's got your back, is probably another way of putting it. It's loving how you're presenting its energy to others. So it's giving you more and more of that energy, vibration yourself, so that you can walk it and show it and bring it into other people's lives. That's the most important, to allow people to witness it and know that it's good and pure, and will allow them transformation should they wish to transform anything in their lives. But it's just such a beautiful, strong energy, and that's why they've placed it right slap bang now, literally here, around you, just to show you that and so that you're aware of it. Because sometimes people can be a little bit too humble. They're not aware of how they're walking through life, and sometimes it's nice for spirit and for the energies to remind a person of that, to encourage them that they're on the right path, and to reassure them as they continue walking their journey.
Thank you very much.
We thank it very much, yes. It's a very busy portrait, I have to say. They're healing musical notes. I see and hear them, and this is your voice. But this is more chanting than singing. This is a holding a note and holding a vibration with that note. And because you have a natural singing voice, you're able to do this quite instinctively. I actually see this now in the middle of the Rollright Stones.
I am totally drawn to the Rollright Stones.
A group of women creating sounds to harmonise with the earth. And as they say, I think you'd be inundated. They've obviously got people in mind already.
Well, please send them my way.
I'll see you there.
So you're going to do it with me?
Very loving energy. This is a child's energy that just wants to come and say hello. They never made it here. Does that make sense to you? Yeah.
I had 7 miscarriages.
Yeah.
Between my 2 boys.
This is that combined. It's their soul, and they just want to say, we're with you.
I felt really blessed by them.
Yes.
And I still do.
They chose you to carry them.
And I spent years feeling I'd let them down because I didn't save them, or they died within me without me knowing.
They're helping to release anything that's still held within you of those feelings. They weren't meant to come through and live a life here. Their experience was to be conceived, to be carried, and then to go home.
And they were loved.
Oh, they know it.
And I still love them.
They're telling you you did fulfil your role, and it's a gratitude for that.
That's another thing, isn't it? It's about talking about these things. We need to talk about this to heal.
Yes.
And part of what I offer and fellow ministers of mine offer is creating ceremonies for unborn children.
Yeah. Oh, that's lovely. They will be on this portrait for you to remember and to see them energy form wise. Running through your whole life, nature, very important to you to be outdoors. In fact, you're almost happier outdoors than you are indoors.
Yes.
And this is the energy of Gaia, of the earth. Lots of opportunity in younger years to be outdoors. Now I feel you've got a very strong connection to earth. There also is a pull within you to learn more about herbs, medicines for the body, your eating habits. As we get busier, they can kind of go out the window.
You can't hide from anything, can you? My sugar addiction, and yeah, I seriously need to be mindful of that.
Yeah, so that they're not telling you off. They're just reminding you perhaps to make food from scratch a little bit more as well. That will give you more energy for what you want to focus on, and also bring a lightness to your body as well. They put that very politely, didn't they?
I need to lose weight. I need to eat healthy. Thank you for that.
This feels very guardian angel energy. This is the angel that walks with you, that's always walked with you and will guide you your whole life through. Being shown that you do have a conversation with a guardian angel anyway.
I do.
But what they're saying is, please ask, for anything. They're there to serve you. I know that kind of goes against your grain a lot.
You feel sort of greedy, don't you, if you ask for anything? I'm always thanking.
So this energy is light energy. So there's lots of willing helpers. Again, that's showing us that there are many new and interesting projects coming up for you, but don't be daunted by them.
Okay.
Is the main thing. Say yes.
Thank you so much.
You're very, very welcome. My absolute pleasure. And before we finish, I'll get the title, because they always give me a title for everyone's portrait. New World is your title.
How wonderful.
Pop that in the frame for you. The energy can continue to work with you.
Thank you so much. And look, 2 weeks on, it's framed in my healing room. And look, can you see a face? I keep seeing different things in this. There's a musical stave, musical notes, unfurling ferns. It's very organic. I cannot tell you how healing this has been for me, this whole experience, and even editing it. I had to take regular breaks in the garden, grounding, because the energy, listening to the sound of the chalk on the board, the vibrations, the colour, it was so intense. So the gardens never look so good. But thank you, Francis. This has been absolutely incredible experience. And if you've enjoyed this film, please do subscribe, like, and share with your community. See you again.